The large alien ship appeared in Earth's orbit without warning. It was smooth and silver, unlike anything humans had built. Military bases around the world went on high alert. Fighter jets scrambled. News channels broke into regular shows with special reports. But the ship made no threatening moves. Instead, it sent a simple message to all major world governments at once. We need your help. Lisa Morgan was eating breakfast when her phone rang. As one of NASA's top astronauts, she was used to unexpected calls, but not from the president himself. We need you in Washington. Now, the president said. A car is already on its way to get you. 3 hours later, Lisa sat in a room with leaders from 12 countries. They all looked worried. At the front of the room stood a tall, blue-skinned alien with 4 arms. His name was Azul Thorn, and he was a member of the Galactic Council. For thousands of years, the Council has guided peace among the stars. Azul Thorn explained in perfect English. We represent 27 advanced species across this part of the galaxy. But now we face a crisis like never before. The alien touched a device on his wrist. A 3D image appeared in the middle of the room. It showed planets and space stations where systems were failing, ships drifting dead in space, alien cities going dark. A parasite. Azul Thorn continued. But not a living one. It's a code, a digital virus that infects our neural networks. It spreads through our technology and shuts everything down. We've lost contact with 3 entire civilizations already. The room was silent. Lisa noticed how the alien's hands trembled slightly. Why come to us? Asked the Chinese premier. Humans have only been traveling between stars for 40 years. We're newcomers. Your people must be thousands of years ahead of us. Azul Thorn nodded. In technology, yes. But that is exactly the problem. All Council species think the same way. Our minds and our machines work on similar principles. What attacks one of us can attack all of us. He turned to look directly at Lisa. But humans are different. You think differently. You solve problems in ways we would never consider. That unpredictability is why we've kept you at arm's length all these years. Now, it may be our only hope. Lisa felt every eye in the room turn to her. I'm just an astronaut, she said. I'm not sure how I can help with a computer virus. The president leaned forward. They don't want just any human, Lisa. They asked for you specifically. You handled the Mars colony crisis when their systems failed. You found solutions no one else saw. Azul Thorn moved closer. We offer Earth full membership in the Galactic Council if you help us. This is something we have denied you for decades. Your species would gain access to technology, knowledge, and protection beyond anything you can imagine. The Russian president stood up. And if we refuse? We will respect your choice, Azul Thorn said quietly. But the parasite is spreading. If the Council falls, there will be nothing to stop it from reaching Earth eventually. You would face it alone. Lisa closed her eyes for a moment. She thought about her family, her home. She thought about humanity's long dream of joining the stars as equals. I'll need a team, she said finally. People who think outside the box. Real problem solvers. For the first time, Azul Thorn's face showed something like hope. Our ship can take you wherever you need to go. We leave in 3 days. As the meeting ended, Lisa looked out the window at the blue sky. Soon she would be leaving Earth behind, heading into the unknown. Not just as an explorer, but as humanity's representative. The fate of the galaxy might depend on how well humans could do what they'd always done best: adapt and overcome. Lisa spent the next 2 days making calls. She needed the right team. People who could think in ways no alien would expect. By midnight on the 2nd day, she had her list. Jack Nelson was fixing his motorcycle when the government car pulled up to his cabin in Montana. The former military engineer had left the service 5 years ago, after arguing with his superiors once too often. His solutions always worked, but they rarely followed the rulebook. The fate of the galaxy. Jack laughed when Lisa explained over a secure video call. You're serious, aren't you? Well, beats fixing engines all day. Olivia Winters was easier to convince. The xenobiologist had spent her career studying the few alien biological samples Earth had access to. Her theories about alien life had been called wildly speculative by her peers, but Lisa knew Olivia saw patterns others missed. "I've been waiting for this call my whole life," Olivia said, already packing her bags. Finding Sam Harrison took longer. The cybersecurity expert had gone off the grid after accidentally hacking into an alien communication relay last year. The government had hushed it up, but Sam had gone into hiding anyway. "I'm not in trouble?" he asked when Lisa finally tracked him to a small apartment in Seattle. "Far from it," Lisa told him. "That hack proved humans can interact with alien systems in ways they don't expect. We need that thinking now." The last member of the team was Kelly Ramirez. As a diplomatic specialist who had worked on the first human-alien trade agreements, Kelly had shown an unusual ability to understand alien perspectives. Some people whispered she was slightly psychic, though Kelly always denied it. "I just pay attention," she told Lisa when they met at the secure facility where Axel Thorne's ship waited. "Aliens say more than they realize, just like humans do." The team gathered on the launch pad, each carrying only one small bag. Above them loomed the GCS horizon, its silver hull gleaming in the morning sun. "That's our ride," Jack whistled. "Looks fast. It can cross the galaxy in weeks," Lisa explained. "The Council has technology we can barely understand." "Which raises the question," Sam said quietly. "Why do they need us at all?" Axel Thorne met them at the entry ramp. "These are your chosen specialists," he asked Lisa, his 4 eyes blinking in sequence. "The best Earth has to offer," Lisa confirmed. The inside of the ship was both strange and familiar. The corridors curved in ways that seemed unnatural, but the rooms had chairs, tables, and beds adapted for human use. "We have studied your species," Axel Thorne explained as he showed them to their quarters. "We find you fascinating." "Like lab rats," Jack muttered. "More like puzzles," Axel Thorne replied, his hearing clearly better than they expected. "Your minds follow paths ours cannot." Later, the team gathered in what Axel Thorne called the strategy chamber. Holographic displays showed star systems, planets, and space stations. Many glowed red. "The infected areas," Axel Thorne explained. "The parasite spreads through our neural networks. It adapts faster than our defenses." "How do your neural networks work?" Sam asked, studying the displays. As Axel Thorne explained, Olivia noticed something. "You all evolved along similar paths," she said. "Your brains, your technology. They follow the same basic patterns." "Correct," Axel Thorne confirmed. "The 27 Council species all evolved using quantum cellular structures. Our technologies grew from that shared foundation." "But humans didn't," Kelly said, understanding dawning. "Our brains work completely differently, and our technology is based on different principles," Jack added. "Exactly," said. "The parasite can jump between Council systems because they share a common basis. Your primitive technology might be immune precisely because it is so different." The ship hummed as it accelerated beyond Earth's solar system. Through a viewing port, Lisa watched her home planet shrink to a tiny blue dot. "How long until we reach the Council headquarters?" she asked. 3 weeks, Axel Thorne replied. "I hope that will not be too late." 3 weeks in space gave the human team time to learn more about the crisis. Each day, Axel Thorne shared reports from across the galaxy. The news was never good. "Another colony world has gone silent," he told them on the 12th day. "That makes 7 in total." The ship's viewing screen showed images that haunted Lisa's dreams. Alien cities plunged into darkness, space stations drifting without power, refugee ships packed with frightened beings of all shapes and sizes. "How does the parasite spread exactly?" Sam asked, studying the data patterns on his tablet. "Through any connected system," Axel Thorne explained. Once it infects a main network, it spreads to all linked systems. It can travel through communication beams, data transfers, even power connections. Jack had been quiet for days, tinkering with pieces of equipment he brought from Earth. "You said all council species use quantum cellular technology," he said suddenly. "What does that mean exactly?" As Exalthorn explained the complex technology, Olivia and Sam exchanged glances. "It's like they all built computers based on their own brain patterns," Olivia whispered. "That's their weakness," Sam agreed. "One key, one lock." On the 18th day, they entered a region of space thick with debris. The remains of ships floated in silent clusters. "The Brelnar Defense Fleet," Exalthorn said quietly. "They fought to contain the parasite. They failed." Kelly moved to stand beside him. "I'm sorry for your losses," she said. Her hand hovered near his, not quite touching. Alien customs were still unclear. The Brelnar were known for their tactical genius, Exalthorn said. If they could not find a solution. They were thinking like council members, Lisa reminded him. "We won't make that mistake." Jack had made progress with his project. He had built what looked like an old Earth computer, but with strange additions. "What is this primitive device?" Exalthorn asked, studying it. "A computer that can talk to your systems, but isn't based on quantum cellular patterns," Jack explained. "The parasite won't recognize it as technology. It'll be invisible." Sam had been writing code that no alien would think to create. "Their systems are elegant," he explained to Lisa. "Too elegant. Sometimes you need messy solutions." On the 21st day, the ship slowed as they approached Nexus Prime, the massive space station that served as the Galactic Council headquarters. It should have been a glowing jewel against the darkness of space. Instead, sections of it were dark and lifeless. "It's already infected," Lisa realized with horror. "The central systems remain secure," Exalthorn assured them. "But yes, the outer rings have fallen. We have little time." The ship docked at an emergency bay. Armed guards of various alien species met them. They looked at the humans with mixtures of hope, doubt, and desperation. "These are the humans?" asked a tall, insect-like being with gleaming eyes. "They look so fragile." "Appearances deceive, Counselor Zilva," Exalthorn replied. "Their minds are anything but fragile." As they walked through the vast station, the humans saw the true scale of the crisis. Emergency lighting cast strange shadows down curved hallways. Aliens of all descriptions rushed about in controlled panic. Some areas were sealed off completely, signs warning of parasite infection. "This is bad," Jack muttered, gripping his makeshift computer tighter. "Worse than they told us." In a large chamber, screens showed the spread of the parasite across star maps. Each day, more systems turned red. "It's accelerating," Olivia noted, "learning as it spreads." "That suggests it's not a natural evolution," Lisa said. "Someone created this." Exalthorn's 4 eyes blinked rapidly, a sign of distress. "We have considered this possibility. If true, it means this is not just a crisis, but an attack on the entire council." Kelly finished the thought. "But who would have the knowledge and the resources to do such a thing? And what do they hope to gain from it?" Lisa added, watching as another star system on the map turned red. The council chamber was enormous. A round room with seats for representatives of all 27 species. It rose in tiered circles around a central speaking platform. Today, only 18 seats were filled. The others belonged to species whose worlds had gone dark. Lisa and her team stood on the platform, facing alien eyes of every shape and color. Some blinked, some glowed, others remained fixed in unreadable stares. "These are the humans?" asked a tall, willowy alien with pale green skin. "We traveled across the galaxy for this." "Respect, Counselor Vex," said another being, this one floating slightly above its seat. "They have come to help while others hid." Exalthorn stepped forward. "High Council, I present Lisa Morgan and her team from Earth. They have studied the parasite data and have ideas that may save us all. Lisa took a deep breath and stepped forward. Thank you for welcoming us. We believe we understand why your defenses have failed against this parasite. Using simple words, she explained what her team had discovered. The council species all fought in similar patterns. Their minds and their machines followed the same rules. The parasite exploited this sameness. Many counselors shifted uncomfortably. One with metallic scales spoke up. You suggest our greatest strength. Our shared knowledge is now our weakness. Sometimes the newest perspective is what you need, Lisa replied. Humans think differently. We've brought solutions your systems would never create. Jack showed them his computer. This can talk to your systems, but remains invisible to the parasite. It doesn't follow quantum cellular patterns. Sam explained the unusual code he had written. It's not elegant, but the parasite won't recognize it as a threat until it's too late. Some counselors nodded with interest, but others seemed dismissive. Primitive technology cannot save advanced civilizations, said Counselor Vex, the green-skinned alien who had spoken first. We should focus on evacuating key worlds, not wasting time on human toys. We've analyzed your evacuation plans, Kelly said calmly. They won't work. Too many ships, too many connection points. The parasite will follow. Suddenly, the lights in the chamber flickered. The giant screens showing star maps glitched, then went dark. A moment later, emergency systems kicked in, bathing everyone in red light. It's here, Calthorne said, his voice tight with fear. The parasite has reached the central systems. Panic spread through the chamber. Counselors rose from their seats, some calling for immediate evacuation, others frozen in shock. Jack acted quickly, connecting his device to a nearby terminal. I can isolate this chamber. Keep us safe for now. A moment later, the lights stabilized. The screens remained dark, but at least they had power. You see, Lisa said, looking around the chamber, human solutions work, but we need to act fast to save the rest of the station. The floating counselor drifted down to the platform. I am Zephyr of the Erethy. My people know something of adaptation. I believe these humans deserve our trust and our full resources. One by one, other counselors agreed. Only Counselor Vex and a few others remained opposed. Very well, said the eldest counselor, a small being with deep blue skin and eyes that held centuries of wisdom. We authorize the human team to implement their defensive measures. Provide them with whatever they need. As the council session ended, Olivia pulled Lisa aside. I've been studying the parasite's code structure, she whispered. There's something strange about it. The way it's built, it reminds me of Vexian biotechnology patterns. Lisa glanced at Counselor Vex, who was watching them with cold eyes. Are you saying the Vexians might be behind this? She asked quietly. I'm saying we should be careful who we trust, Olivia replied, and watch our backs. As they left the chamber, the station shuddered as another system failed. They were running out of time. With the council's permission, the human team worked quickly. They set up a protected lab in the heart of the station, where Jack and Sam could build their defense systems. Olivia studied parasite samples, looking for more evidence of who might have created it. Kelly and Lisa met with representatives from each species, gathering information and resources. Most aliens were helpful, eager to stop the spreading disaster. But not all. The Vexians canceled our meeting again, Kelly told Lisa on the third day. That's the fourth time. And their area of the station is off limits, even to emergency teams, Lisa added. Vazalthorn says it's their cultural privacy, but I don't like it. In the lab, Olivia made a breakthrough. She called the others to see what she had found. Look at this, she said, pointing to a complex pattern on her screen. This is the parasite's basic structure. And this, she pulled up another image, is a Vexian biocomputer from their public research files. The patterns were nearly identical. That's proof, Sam said. The Vexians created the parasite. But why? Jack asked. Why attack the entire council? They're members too. Maybe they want to take over, Kelly suggested. If they have a cure ready, they could save everyone else. For a price. They decided to share their discovery with Counselor Zephyr, the floating Arathi who had supported them from the start. Lisa and Olivia went to meet him in his private chambers. They never made it there. In a quiet corridor, 3 Vexian guards stepped out to block their path. They were tall with green skin and carried weapons the humans had never seen before. "You will come with us," one said. "Counselor Vex wishes to speak with you." "We have a meeting with Counselor Zephyr," Lisa replied calmly. "That meeting is cancelled," the guard said, moving closer. Lisa touched the emergency button on her wrist communicator, a silent alert to the rest of her team. Then she nodded to the guards. "Lead the way." The Vexians took them to a part of the station Lisa had never seen before. The architecture was different here, sharper, with green light instead of the blue used in common areas. Counselor Vex waited in a large room filled with strange equipment. Screens showed the spread of the parasite across the galaxy. "Clever humans," he said, his voice cold. "Too clever, perhaps." "You created the parasite," Olivia said. It wasn't a question. "A necessary step for galactic evolution," Vex replied. "The Council has grown weak, stuck in old ways of thinking. The Vexians will guide the galaxy to a stronger future. By killing billions," Lisa asked in horror. "By removing inefficient systems and species," Vex corrected. "The strongest will survive. Those who adapt, or those who already have protection." He gestured to a device in the center of the room, pulsing with energy. "Our shield against the parasite. Soon, desperate worlds will beg for our help. And you'll help them if they accept Vexian rule," Lisa guessed. Vex smiled, showing teeth that looked too sharp. "You understand power, at least." Meanwhile, back in the lab, the rest of the team received Lisa's alert. They tried to track her location. "They're in the Vexian sector," Jack said. "We can't get in without authorization." "We need help," Sam agreed. Kelly went to find Stalthorn and Counselor Zephyr. Together, they gathered supporters from other species. The truth about the Vexians needed to be exposed. In Vex's chamber, the counselor finished explaining his plan. "You could have been useful allies," he told the humans. "Now you are simply obstacles to be removed." He nodded to his guards. "Take them to holding cells. When the station falls completely to the parasite, their cells will accidentally lose life support." As the guards moved forward, alarms began to sound throughout the station. Emergency lights flashed. "What is happening?" Vex demanded. One of his assistants checked the systems. "Someone has sent our research files to all council members," he said, his voice shaking. "Everyone knows what we've done." Chaos erupted in the Vexian chamber. Counselor Vex shouted orders as his guards rushed to secure doors and systems. In the confusion, Lisa grabbed Olivia's arm and pulled her behind a large piece of equipment. "The team came through," Lisa whispered. "Now we need to get out of here." Across the station, Jack, Sam, and Kelly watched as their message spread. Screens everywhere showed the evidence of Vexian treachery. Council security forces began moving toward the Vexian sector. "Lisa and Olivia are still in there," Kelly said with worry. "We need to help them." "Not just them," Sam added. "Look at this." He pointed to readings on his tablet. "That's the parasite shield the Vexians built. If they destroy it when they're cornered, no one will have protection." Jack grabbed his makeshift computer. "I have an idea, but we'll need to get close to their systems." Vizelthorn and Counselor Zephyr arrived with a team of security officers from different species. "We have authorization to enter the Vexian sector," Vizelthorn said. "But we must hurry." In the Vexian chamber, Lisa spotted an access panel near the floor. She had watched Sam use similar panels to connect to station systems. "Cover me," she told Olivia. When the Vexians looked away, Lisa crawled to the panel and pulled off its cover. Inside were glowing wires and connection points. Lisa didn't understand alien technology, but she knew enough to cause trouble. She yanked out several wires. Immediately, the lights in the chamber flickered, and the doors slid open. The humans. Vex shouted, spotting them. "Don't let them escape." Lisa and Olivia ran. Behind them, angry Vexians followed. The corridors were unfamiliar, every turn bringing them to new and strange places. They were lost in the Vexian sector. "This way," Olivia said, pulling Lisa down a side passage. "I think the lab sections are this direction." They rounded a corner and nearly crashed into Xalthorn's rescue party coming the other way. "Lisa, Olivia," Kelly hugged them both. "Are you hurt?" "We're fine," Lisa said, "but Vex knows we've exposed them. He'll be desperate now." Jack pushed forward with his computer. "We need to get to their shield technology. I think I can adapt it to protect the whole station, not just the Vexian areas." Security officers moved ahead, weapons ready. The combined group headed back toward Vex's chamber. When they arrived, they found it empty. The Vexians had fled, taking their equipment with them. "Where would they go?" Zephyr asked, his floating form pulsing with concern. Sam checked the station map. "There's a Vexian ship docked on level 12. They'll try to escape, and they'll take the shield technology with them," Olivia added, "leaving everyone else to die." The station shuddered as another system fell to the parasite. Time was running out. "We need a backup plan," Lisa decided. "Jack, can you build something to replace their shield?" "Not quickly enough," Jack admitted, "but I have another idea. We can't stop the parasite everywhere at once, but we can build a simple analog system to keep life support and basic functions running." "Like a backup generator," Sam said, understanding the plan. "Not connected to the main networks." "It won't save everything," Jack warned, "but it will keep people alive until we can find a permanent solution." The group split up. Half went with Xalthorn to stop the Vexians from escaping. The rest went with Jack to build his analog backup system. In their lab, Jack worked faster than ever before. He combined human technology with alien parts, creating something no one had seen before. "It's not pretty," he told Lisa as they finished, "but it should work." Sam connected it to key life support systems through special isolators he had built. The device hummed to life, its simple displays glowing green. "Now we wait," Lisa said, "and hope the others stop Vex before he can escape." Throughout the station, the parasite continued to spread. More systems failed each minute. But now, when critical life support systems were attacked, Jack's backup kicked in, keeping people alive. It wasn't a complete victory, but it was a start. Alarms blared throughout Nexus Prime as more systems failed. The parasite spread faster now, as if it knew it was being fought. Sections of the massive station went dark. Emergency lights cast long shadows down curved hallways. In the docking bay on level 12, Xalthorn and his security team arrived just as the Vexians were boarding their ship. Counselor Vex stood at the entry ramp, directing his people inside. A large device, the parasite shield, was being loaded onto the ship. "Stop," Xalthorn commanded. "By order of the Council, you are under arrest." Vex turned, his green face showing no fear. "The Council is finished. Those who survive will follow Vexian leadership." He pressed a button on his wrist device. Suddenly, doors slammed shut throughout the docking bay. Sirens wailed as the air began to vent into space. "Goodbye, loyal Council fools," Vex said through a communication link. "Your sacrifice will be remembered." The security team scrambled for emergency breathing masks, but there weren't enough for everyone. Kelly, who had joined this group, pulled her mask off and gave it to an alien officer who had none. "I hope Jack's plan works," she thought as her lungs began to burn. Back in the lab, Sam's tablet beeped with an alert. "Docking Bay 12 is losing air," he shouted. "Kelly's there." Jack rushed to his backup system and made quick adjustments. "Rerouting emergency oxygen," he said, fingers flying over the controls. "But we need to do more than just play defense." Lisa looked at the station schematics. The Vexians are trying to escape with the shield technology. If they launch their ship, they'll get away. Not if we lock down the docking clamps, Olivia suggested. The parasite has those systems, Sam reminded her. We can't control them. Lisa thought for a moment. Maybe we can use the parasite against them. She turned to Sam. You said it adapts and learns. What if we teach it something new? In the docking bay, Kelly fought to stay conscious as the air thinned. Through blurry vision, she saw the Vexian ship's engines glow as it prepared to launch. The docking clamps still held it in place, but Vexian engineers were working to override them. Suddenly, the emergency oxygen systems kicked in. Air flowed back into the bay. Kelly gasped, filling her lungs with precious oxygen. Jack, she whispered, knowing who was responsible. In the lab, Sam worked frantically at his computer. I'm trying to redirect the parasite, he explained. Instead of attacking life support, I wanted to focus on the Vexian ship's systems. Can you control it that precisely? Olivia asked. No, Sam admitted, but I can suggest a target. It's learning, adapting. I just need to make the Vexian ship look like the most important system to attack. On screen, they watched as his code entered the station's infected networks. The parasite paused, then shifted. Red warning indicators moved away from life support systems and toward docking bay 12. It's working, Lisa exclaimed. In the docking bay, the Vexian ship's lights flickered. Its engines sputtered and died. The ramp where Vex had stood moments before suddenly closed, trapping him outside his own ship. No, he shouted, rushing to a control panel. Emergency launch. Override all systems. But nothing happened. The parasite had found his ship's networks and was consuming them rapidly. Vizelthorn and his security team, breathing normally again, surrounded the stranded Vexians. You are defeated, Counselor, Hallthorn said. Surrender the shield technology. Vex looked at his dying ship, then at the security forces around him. With a snarl, he drew a weapon. The Vexians will never surrender. Before he could fire, Kelly stepped forward. More death won't save you, she said calmly. Your people need leadership now, not martyrs. Something in her words reached him. After a long moment, Vex lowered his weapon. The shield is yours, he said bitterly. But remember, without Vexian guidance, the galaxy will fall into chaos anyway. As security officers secured the Vexians and their technology, a message came through from the council chamber. The parasite is changing, came Counselor Zephyr's voice. It's attacking itself in some sections. What have you done? Sam looked at his screens in shock. I didn't expect this, he said. By redirecting it, I may have created a conflict in its programming. It's turning against itself. For the first time in weeks, Lisa felt real hope. We might have found its weakness, she said. Let's push the advantage while we can. With the Vexian shield technology secured and the parasite beginning to fight itself, the human team saw their chance for a final solution. They gathered in the main council chamber with representatives from all remaining species. We need to push this advantage, Lisa told the assembled aliens. The parasite is confused by Sam's redirection. We can use that weakness. Jack had connected the Vexian shield to his analog systems, creating something entirely new. This modified shield can do more than just protect, he explained. It can send out a signal that makes the parasite attack itself everywhere it exists. Like an autoimmune disease, Olivia added, the parasite will destroy itself. Some counselors looked doubtful. How can we be sure this will work throughout the galaxy? Asked a small furry alien. The parasite has spread too far. We'll use your communication network, Sam said. The same network the parasite used to spread. We'll send our signal through every channel, to every infected system. It's risky, Kelly admitted, but we have no other choice. The council voted. The plan was approved. In a large control room, the team made final preparations. The modified shield hummed with power as Jack connected it to the station's main communication array. Once we start, We can't stop, he warned. The backlash could fry systems across the station. What about the backup life support you built? Lisa asked. Jack shook his head. It might not survive this. We're betting everything on destroying the parasite completely. Olivia, who had been checking readings on the shield, suddenly looked concerned. There's a problem, she said. The signal needs to be stronger to reach the entire network. We need more power. The main reactors are infected, Exalthorn said. We can't draw more power safely. There is one way, Olivia said quietly. We could connect it directly to the station's emergency power core. That would give us enough boost. But that connection would have to be made manually, Sam realized. Someone would have to go into the core chamber. The radiation there is deadly to organic life. A heavy silence fell over the room. Then Olivia stepped forward. I'll go, she said. I've studied the schematics. I know exactly what to do. No, Lisa protested. We'll find another way. There is no other way, Olivia said gently. And we're out of time. Before anyone could stop her, Olivia grabbed the connection cables and ran from the room. Security doors closed behind her, locking automatically as she entered restricted areas. Through communication links, they heard her breathing as she reached the core chamber. I'm here, she said. The radiation is intense. I need to work fast. They watched on monitors as she connected cables to the pulsing energy core. Her movements grew slower as the radiation affected her. Almost done, she gasped. Start the sequence now, before I finish the final connection. I'll complete it when you give the word. Jack initiated the program. The shield's hum rose to a high pitch. Energy readings climbed rapidly. Now, Olivia, Sam called. On screen, they saw her hand connect the final cable. A blinding flash of energy surged through the system. Then the monitor went dark. Throughout the station, lights flickered and systems reset. For several terrifying minutes, everything hung in balance. Then, one by one, systems began coming back online. Clean, uninfected. It worked, whispered Kelly, tears in her eyes. The parasite is gone. But Olivia, Lisa couldn't finish the sentence. 3 days later, the full council gathered again. Reports from across the galaxy confirmed the parasite was gone everywhere. Civilizations that had gone dark were slowly recovering. In a solemn ceremony, the council officially welcomed Earth as its 28th member world. Lisa stood as humanity's representative, accepting the honor with a heavy heart. As she finished her speech, the chamber doors opened. Supported by medical staff, Olivia walked slowly into the room. How? Lisa gasped, rushing to embrace her friend. Vexian Medical Technology, explained a doctor. They owed us a debt. She will recover fully in time. 1 month later, as the human team prepared to return to Earth, counselors approached them. The council has adopted a new motto, he told them. Inspired by humanity's example, together we adapt, together we survive. Lisa smiled. That's a good start. But I have a feeling the galaxy will need human help again someday. As if in answer, a distant alarm sounded. A new problem, a new challenge on the horizon. And once again, humanity would step up.